Hello everyone, this is Riley Miller from Tech Tyro doing another tutorial here for you on Illustrator. Today I have the pleasure of using a Cintiq, so it's quite the treat when it comes to drawing. I think it has something like 21,000 levels of pressure sensitivity, so if you are a Illustrator and design buff, um, it's a pretty handy tool. So with gradients today, I'll just be showing you a couple of tricks with the tools and help make your life easier when it comes to making vector graphics. Usually when designing illustrations, it's often cut and copy illustrations, and with the gradients, it really helps you bring those objects uh, and give them depth, help them pop. So I'll get started here by opening up a file, going to New, and just setting up a box. The size on the file doesn't really matter today. I'll be working in RGB, and all that looks good, so I'll hit OK. So to start off the lesson, I will just select an object here and kind of show you the difference between the blend option and the normal gradient option, kind of their advantages and disadvantages from each other. I normally work in CS5, but in CS6 they brought in a new feature which is the gradient stroke, so it can be pretty handy to make things, I don't know, it gives it like an interesting feel, makes it feel like a Lego button or something. There's a lot that you can do playing with it, so I highly encourage you to experiment and see what you can make. But for now, I'm going to just work with the normal fill gradients, go with that as radial. And on this guy, I'm going to duplicate him there, shrink him, and blend the two circles together. So there, and this one I will go black. Let's reverse that. Scratch that. We'll go white. This one will go black. And put that in the middle. Now I'm going to select my blend tool. Mix these into the middle. This is just aligning them both to center. This is your line horizontal, and this is your line vertical. And here's my blend tool. Select this one, select that. And there you have it. Now, two different kinds of gradients. Starting off with this one, you can tweak the gradient by selecting the gradient tool. This lets you slide it and give you the full range of visual tweaking on how you want the gradient to merge the colors and blend them. As well, you can change the direction, the size, and even the location. If you want it off to the side for whatever reason, you can switch that all up. For now, I'll just stick it in the middle. And then with the blend tool, you can't necessarily do that, but you can tweak the size, and it tweaks with it. Whereas if you tweak something with a normal gradient, it's not as pronounced. It tends to morph the gradient size. So for this one, if you want to switch locations of the middle object, you can move that down. You can select that, stretch it up, give it points where it comes out and it actually has more shape. This is especially handy if you wanted to, say, make it look like a flame. So we'll give that outglow and have this one a metal orange. So if you want it to be a flame, just little effects. Something like that. Whereas for this one, the only tweaking you can do is really just normal circle shapes for radials and for linear shapes as well. Just changing the direction and the rotation of it. So in that regard, those are the two tools. Now for the strokes, if you pull out the appearance, you can further tweak how you want the stroke gradients to look. So say, I'll scratch these now, pull up a box. If you want a box to stand out, we'll give this a background, or fill of red, and outside green, normal Christmassy color here. If you want to give it kind of a new age look, under the strokes, we'll give it a nice linear stroke with 2 points, and changing the color mode here, we'll give this one green on the left and green on the right. Switch up the color mode again. Kind of put that down just like a hint. If you ever find that you put too many gradient color swatches on your list, you just drag it down and it deletes it automatically for you. As well, if you can't quite get it in the middle, you've got your location percent here. Just type in the percent and it automatically aligns at the center for you. We'll tweak those two. And click that there. And now you have kind of a glow to your stroke. It's just like an added effect. It helps it stand out more. And refining it so it looks sleeker. Maybe make the outsides darker, not so cartoony. That's 102. Type in here 102. And there, a nice little transition for your gradient. Adding on to that, if you wanted to get really creative, the only problem with the blend tool when you're working with the blend is that it also blends the stroke values. So you, as much as you experiment, you may come across a cool effect, or it may turn out to not work so much in your favor. And that just stacks it. I'm just experimenting now, so yeah, just cool things to play around with, see what effects you can get, and yeah, it's all about experimenting. So that's my quick lesson on gradients, and my next lesson will be on tweaking strokes and what you can do with those. So keep posted, and thanks for watching Tech Tyro.